Hey everyone, welcome back to Simple Power BI. If you're building or reviewing reports in Power BI, you already know that raw numbers in a table or a matrix, they can be hard to digest quickly. Thankfully, we have conditional formatting to save the day. And today, I'm going to show you how to use it to make your data instantly more readable and visually impactful. We're going to walk through 4 practical examples: color scales, data bars, icons, and color by rules for percentages. So let's jump in. Let's start with the basics. Conditional formatting in Power BI works on table and matrix visuals. To apply it, select your visual and then go to the visualizations pane. Find the field that you want to format, click the drop-down arrow next to that field, hover over conditional formatting, and you'll see all of your options right there. You can combine multiple formatting types on the same column, which can be pretty powerful. And if you ever want to remove it, just go back to that same menu and hit Remove Conditional Formatting. Let's look at our first example. The first option is background color, which can also be called a gradient or a color scale. This is great for showing the distribution of values. Low numbers get one color, high numbers get another color, and everything in between blends across the spectrum of the colors. To set it up, click that drop down on your field, go to Conditional Formatting, and then Background Color. Under Format Style, choose Gradient. From here, you choose what field to base it on, and it's usually that same field you've already selected and hit that drop down arrow for, and then you pick your minimum and maximum colors. You can even add a middle color if you want. If you want a 3-color diverging scale, which can be great for things like showing negative, neutral, and positive performance, each with its own color. And just like that, the column goes from, say, a light blue for low values all the way to dark blue for high values. And at a glance, you can immediately see where the values rank without having to read every single number. Next up is data bars. If you've ever used data bars in Excel, this is going to feel very familiar. We go to Conditional Formatting and Data Bars on our field that we want to apply this conditional formatting to. We'll get a dialog where we can set the minimum and maximum values, choose the bar color, and control the direction. One option I really like here, sometimes depending on the visual, is Show Bar Only. We check that box and the numbers disappear, leaving just the data bars. It turns our table column or our matrix column into almost a mini bar chart, which can work great for a quick visual ranking. You can see how easy it is to compare values down the column. The longer the bar, the higher the value. This is super clean and it doesn't clutter the rest of the visualization. Now let's talk about icons. This is one of my favorites because it adds a really polished dashboard-like feel to your reports. We go to Conditional Formatting, we choose Icons, and then we'll choose a format style, either rules or field value. For this example, we'll use rules. Power BI gives us a bunch of built-in icon sets to choose from, like arrows and traffic lights and flags, check marks, stars, and more. Once you pick a style, you define the value ranges that trigger each icon. You also get to control the layout. The icon can appear to the left or the right of the value, or you can show the icon only with no number at all. So, for example, I have a total profit column here. I've set up a green check mark, a yellow exclamation point, and a red X that will trigger based on what that total profit is. I think the red X is $0 to $1 million. The yellow exclamation point is 1 million and 2 million, and anything above 2 or maybe it's 3 million gets the green check mark here. Stakeholders can scan these icons and they can scan it in seconds. They don't have to dig through numbers to understand what is going on with either their sales performance or whatever other data you're trying to visualize. Our last example is color by rules for percentages. And there is an important gotcha here that trips up a lot of people, so pay close attention. We go to Conditional Formatting, then select Background Color, and we set the format style to rules. Now, if the column contains percentages like my example here, you need to enter your rule values as decimals. So instead of typing 25 for 25%, we'll type 0.25 to represent 25%. And here's the critical part. We need to set the number format to number, not percent. If we choose percent, Power BI treats our rule boundaries as a percent of the data range and not as an actual percentage value, and it will give us some unexpected results that we don't want. So in this example, I'm formatting a bike return rate column. Values from 0 to 0.03 are light blue, and anything above 0.0301 or 3% is purple. And there's the table. Instantly, you can see which regions experience the highest bike return rate just by looking at the colors and not having to worry about the numbers. And that's a wrap on conditional formatting in Power BI. We covered color scales for gradient-based distribution, data bars for instant visual comparisons, icons for clear status indicators, and color rules for percentage fields. And don't forget about that decimal trick that you need to remember if you're using percentage fields. These 4 techniques can seriously upgrade the way that your reports communicate data. If you found this helpful, drop a like and subscribe. I try to put out Power BI tips as regularly as I can. If you have a topic that you want me to cover, leave it in the comments below, and we'll see you for the next one.